Shoots from just over 50 metres, side bottom down there, and takes the mark in the goal square. Merritt there, side bottom plays on and kicks the first goal for Western Australia.
Australian rules football prides itself on rivalry, and for decades there's been few bigger than State of Origin football.
Glendenning on the run, 50 metres out from goal, lines up.
Have a look at this.
Oh, Wiley's by himself, Merritt racing across the cover. And Wiley hooks back over the left shoulder, and it's close. It's bounced through. It's a goal. A goal to Wiley, a magnificent snap. Side bottoms in front. Bazasto from behind gets the punch to Malaxis. Malaxis from the boundary takes the shot. Oh, what a freak goal! What a miraculous goal! Grabbed by Hardy, great tackle. Up to Madden. Madden gets bumped over, paddles the ball out to Ablett. Ablett shoots at goals. Number 7.
Neely, who's already kicked 4 goals, lines them up.
Victoria will hit the front if he kicks a goal. He's a pretty straight kick, no mistake. Bazasto went high from the side. Glendenning through the pack to Wiley. Western Australia can hit the front, and they do as Wiley puts it through for a goal.
The traditional states like Victoria, WA, South Australia and Tasmania have all gone head to head. Heroes were born as tens of thousands packed stadiums to barrack for their state. And who could forget WA's rivalry with Victoria during the 80s?
Dorotich won the knock. Wiley goes after the football. Victoria get it out of the pack, and the goal is kicked by Ablett, I think. Yes, he's put it through. Now 6 seconds to go. Western Australia 4 points in front. The knockout won by Purser. Kicked out of the middle by Tuck, and there's the siren. It's all over. Western Australia have won the championship for 1984 by 4 points. 21 goals, 16, 140.
And while state footy has changed significantly since then, it's still just as relevant for those involved.
For the first for either team, it's looking very good. First blood to WA.
Last year, WA broke a 22-year drought over arch rivals Victoria.
Delivers, well, he was looking there for Kane. Getting in front of him was Van Berlo, who plays on and kicks a very important one.
Coached by Mark Webb and captained by Paul Johnson, Webb with the master stroke of sending silky defender Wade Toomey forward.
Toomey takes the mark on his chest, turns around and rams one home for Western Australia.
He kicked 5 and was named Simpson medalist as the Black Swans ran out 17-point winners.
Little handball across. There's a goal! Outside the 50. Oh, that's a great mark. Clancy Wheeler. So in
Gapin standing up.
Here he is. It holds up. It's there.
Well, 12 months on, and as is tradition, the Premiership coach, Billy Monahan, has taken the reins of the WA state team. He'll guide them to Sydney next weekend. The fixture is against the NEAFL, the most talented footballers from the ACT, the Northern Territory, Queensland and New South Wales, and it's to be played as a curtain raiser for the GWS and Richmond match.
The fact that they can pick from 2 states and 2 territory makes it really difficult for us to get a great handle on the opposition. I've seen their squad. 42 doesn't help me do any planning because that's nearly 2 sides. So look, we'll have a bit of a guess at how they're lined up. What it looks like at the moment is they've gone with a bit of speed, a bit of running power, a few ex-AFL players, so it's going to be a real challenge for us.
Up for that challenge are 30 of WA's finest.
Two weeks ago, after watching 4 or 5 weeks of footy, we'd got up to probably 45, 48 players, and then we whittled that down to about 37, and then on our final selection meeting we had to get it to 30. So there's going to be a heap of people who are unlucky not to be in the squad. There's a lot of people who think that we've missed a couple that should be in the squad. What we've done is, I think we've got a real balance. We've got some, stalwarts of the WAFL competition, guys who haven't been involved in the AFL system. We've got some, returning AFL players, and then we've also tried to pick, a handful of, up and coming stars of the future that we think not only are great players in the WAFL, but have the potential to be mature age listed AFL players.
In years gone by, the interstate rivalry has doubled as a talent parade, monitored closely by AFL scouts.
Yeah, well, a couple from my club at West Perth in Lane Rasmussen and Shane Nelson, Blaine Bolkhurst from Swan Districts, Ben Saunders from ex-Claremont, now South Fremantle, Justin Simpson, not so young, but he's one guy who's toiled away hard in the WAFL for a number of years, and he's playing some really super footy. So Hayden Sloyth, on the Dockers list for a couple of years, so he wants to keep his name up in front of the recruiters. And I guess our challenge now is once you get 30 down to 23 players, they're all talented, and we've got to make sure that we get them playing all on the same page and they buy into the program.
Monaghan tonight running the first of just 3 training sessions ahead of the Sydney trip. He didn't waste any time bringing opponents together as teammates.
As Bill just said before, making sure the boys get around each other. I mean, last year I think that's the reason we won. We had the better team. The blokes can go out and play like individuals, and I think a few of the Victorians did that and it didn't really work out for them. So hopefully as we can bond as a team, mate, the quicker we can do that, the quicker we can play better together.
Last year's Simpson medalist Wade Toomey is again in red-hot form. He's joined by fellow Lions Chris Phelan, Chris DeLuca, George Hampson and Lachlan Delahunty. The latter recruited from the VFL. Last season, Delahunty was one of the last players cut from Victoria's state team before they travelled west to take on WA.
Well, obviously the Vic and WA rival was pretty disappointing to miss out on last year. That would have been huge. And obviously WA got the cake, but so I just sort of really want to get a game this year. Sort of get some more hunger to get it, I guess. Like I said last year, missing out, just this standard football, better the guys, and get to know a few blokes as well. And yeah, definitely love to represent the WA boys. Yeah.
The latter leading Lions have a total of 5 players in the squad, surpassed by the West Perth contingent. Premiership stars Jay Van Berlo, Lane Rasmussen, Cody Manning, Chris Coonan, Shane Nelson and Jordan Jones are all in line for black and gold selection. 21-year-olds Nelson and Rasmussen have been earmarked by Monaghan as potential AFL draftees.
Yeah, it's obviously been a big honour to obviously represent the state and play with all the other the great players in the WAFL. So yeah, it'd be a great opportunity, and it'd be definitely a big progression in my football.
If I do get the chance to play on that stage, it'd be a great opportunity, a great honour. So I'll try and take that with both hands and see how well I go.
Joint winner of the Falcons' best and fairest last season, Nelson's considered by most unlucky to be overlooked in several AFL drafts.
Last year was probably, or last 2 years have been the opportunity where it was about proving a point or whatnot, but now it's sort of just going out, having fun with your mates, and if it was an opportunity to get drafted, then that'd be great. But at the moment, it's just playing the best footy that I can, and whatever happens, happens.
It's a great opportunity, obviously, to represent the state on a big stage, and quite often there are some eyes watching from the higher level, so it's a good chance for them to put their best foot forward, and if the next opportunity arises, then I'm sure both of them would grab it with both hands.
And while it's all fun and games at state training, these soon-to-be teammates still have one round of WAFL left to play before officially teaming up. At Medibank Stadium, under the watchful eye of Monaghan, 11 potential teammates are going head-to-head.